here to be part of this. Looking forward to figuring out what I'm doing. I'm live here for Write Talk. Excited to be with you. Excited to be doing this. And happier if I can figure out what it is I'm doing. This is Write Talk. I am Catherine Lang. I am a full-time freelance writer. I am an author. I am a wondrous wordsmith. And I am your encourager extraordinaire. I am here to help you in this journey to make words work for you and with you. This is Write Talk, writers chatting with writers about writing, and it is all about the ups and downs of what words can do for us, but also sometimes what words do against us. Because they do sometimes work against us. I will be meeting with you, hopefully, every Monday and every Thursday at 9:30 a.m., giving you a little boost for your writing day. This month, I'll be featuring tips and ideas and suggestions to help you prepare for National Novel Writing Month. For those of you who do not know and who have not dared to venture into this insanity that is November, November 1st kicks off National Novel Writing Month, where wordsmiths around the world dare to write a novel in 1 month. That means for the entire month of November, you are challenged to write 1,700, just shy of 1,700 words every single day. And in doing so, you will meet the goal of 50,000 words, which is approximately a small middle grade novel. And it's great. It's a great way to get in, get your feet wet, and get going. So we're talking about tips that can help you stay organized for writing. And these tips can not just be used for National Novel Writing Month, but they're excellent tips for whenever you're pursuing your writing in any direction, whether it's as a freelancer or as an author or even as a radio broadcaster, because you're going to have to write some in almost any avenue that you're pursuing. Even non-profit organizations have to write because they have to write their grants, and it takes a creative art sometimes to get these grants going the way you want. So we need to be organized. We need to make sure that not only is our desk clear, at least clear enough that we can see what we're doing and we can get done what we need to do, but we also need to make sure that our schedules are in some way organized and that our lives are in some ways organized. So that's what we're doing today. We're adding to our tips for being organized right. And the first thing I'm going to suggest is that you get accountability on your side. That's why National Novel Writing Month has been always such a great thing for me, because it pushes me to get it done. I have to register every single day. You're supposed to register. Sorry, it's bothering me. Every single day you're supposed to register how many words that you've written. And when you write down these words and you see this little line going up on your page, then you know other people are going to be able to see what you're doing and what you're getting done. Add to this some writing groups that I joined on Facebook that challenge me every day to get to writing. Sometimes we have word wars and we have word sprints where for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, we see how many words we can write and who gets the most written. And of course, the local groups that you can attend where you'll have write-ins, where you spend the whole day writing and sharing and holding each other accountable. These are excellent tools for getting the words down that you need to get done. Accountability, I can't stress it enough, how valuable it is to get us to where we want to go. But it doesn't just have to be writers that are holding you accountable in this journey. I have been blessed to run into several live streaming folks that I have expanded that connection into relationships. And Chris and RJ and Karen and Jenny and Denise and Shoshana, all these ladies are driving me, and not just driving me crazy. They are driving me to be so much more than I would have been if I had just sat there on my own. They're encouraging me to step out of my normal routine and to expand into a new direction, even if it's just a little direction. Like RJ had a challenge where she wanted us to add to a routine or expand our routine. So I added a nighttime schedule to my routine. And it changed me. I mean, it changed everything. Doing these it was just 3 activities at night. And I played off of a challenge that Chris had given me to stretch every morning and to read every morning and to stretch every night and to read every night. She had a list of things, and it was just for 8 minutes that we did each of these. And each of these items combined together has built line upon line, precept upon precept, a different attitude and a different focus than I had before I started being accountable to these ladies that I was going to do more and I was going to be more. So you need to find your accountability partners, whether they're writers, whether they're an online group, or whether it's just a challenge like National Novel Writing Month. Being accountable will get you to that next level with your words and with your life. The next thing you need to do, or the next tip I have for you, is to ditch the piles. I'm the world's worst at this, I confess. If you don't believe me, I'll give you my husband's number. You can call him and ask him. He will let you know I am the world's worst at making piles. The piles have purpose, but they're still piles. When I have the piles filed away, then it is very easy for me not only to access what was in the piles, but to clear my clutter so that I can do the next project. If I have those piles instead, it's easy to knock them off. Everything gets knocked out of place. I have to start all over. It adds to my frustration. It adds to my time being taken away. Sometimes when we have spent a lot of investment creating the piles, it can take a little while to work our way out. But if we just spend 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 8 minutes like Chris suggested, these few minutes will begin to dwindle away the piles as long as we don't add back to the piles. It can easily happen, and it does happen to me. I find that sometimes when I have become accustomed to piles, it is so much easier just to add to that pile or make a new pile than it is to file. For instance, I keep up with my dad's records. It's just easier to have them here where I can access them as I need to because he's on the road a lot. So I keep up with his records, and he'll bring them over to me every couple of days. And if I don't put them in the file right then, they have a file sitting right here next to me. And if I don't put them in their file, they go into a pile. It's one letter makes all the difference. File, pile. If I don't file it away, I'm going to pile it up. And when I pile it up, it becomes a clutter situation. And when it becomes clutter, it eats at me. It eats at my time. It eats at my focus. And it will eat at my ability to get done what I need to get done. So I got to ditch the piles. The next thing I suggest, is to use File 13. It was hard for me to utilize this tool because I kept every version of every manuscript and every article, sometimes multiple, sometimes, bits and pieces. It didn't matter. I kept them all because you might need them. My husband this is one of those places where he does come into this whole keep it situation, because his theory, and it's a good positive thing, is that you need to keep all of them because eventually they're all going to be worth money. I love how he builds me up in that area. So he wanted to keep every single copy of every single manuscript so that when my name is a worldwide name, we have all those copies that we can auction off. But the truth is that even when I do become a worldwide name, I'm not going to want to auction off some of those earlier copies, especially some of the handwritten copies, because I can't even read what I wrote, much less expect somebody else to. So it's okay to let it go. I am learning to write done on the work that I'm doing. Once I complete it, once I get to the finished project, I write done on the other manuscripts and I put them in the recycle bin. They're gone. They're not a pile messing up. They're not taking up space in my filing cabinet. They're released and I can focus on the finished product. I need to be bold in my intention to use File 13 and just let things go. That includes email. See, that's my fourth tip. Empty the email and don't wait until there's 4,000 emails in the email. Although I have found that when I do neglect my email, and I do, if I will set the search by sender, it makes it a whole lot easier to clean out my email, because there are still those emails that I'm getting, even though I've unsubscribed 400 times. 4 is apparently my magic number today. But even though I've unsubscribed, I still get the emails. So it's easier if I can just go in there, and in some of my email servers, I can push the shift key and select a large number of emails all at once. That allows me to clear out my email a lot faster and not have to worry so much about getting rid of stuff that I needed. Another way to make sure that you clean out your email is to delete it as it comes in. Don't wait. When I was getting notifications on my phone, I was thrilled to find out I could just swipe as it came in and it would automatically delete it. That was a brilliant, for me, application for my phone. Now, since the security risks that happened recently, I had to change my password and I have to reconfigure my phone. But when I do, that'll make it easier to clean out that particular email. But if I clean it out as I go, then I don't have to worry about getting it empty. It empties on its own. So that's your fourth tip for today. Your fifth tip is to clock in to work. If I don't make an announcement, I am going to work right now, then life will continue to interrupt me. It's not even so much that the people around me interrupt me, although they do because I homeschool my kids, but I interrupt myself. I forget that this is work time because I haven't made it work time. I need to dress for work, and if I'm not going to dress for work, I at least need to clock in. Write it down if you have to. Make your own timesheet and clock in and say, I am writing for this time, or I am researching for this time, or I am going to apply to new freelance opportunities at this time. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you need to be sure that you're doing it. And one of the ways to make sure you're doing it is to clock into work. Keep a track of how much time you're actually investing into this process to become the writer that you want to be. Whatever niche it is, or whatever genre it is, or whatever success level you want to reach. If you want to go there, you're going to have to be committed to being professional, treating it like a business, and getting it done. And that means clocking in to work. My final tip for today is the one I give every writer or every potential writer that ever talks to me about writing. What's the number one thing that you can do to become a successful writer? It's very easy. It really is easy. And it's simple. You just have to write. And you have to write right now. If you wait until tomorrow to write, then you'll wait until tomorrow. And if you weren't aware of it, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. And there will always be something that pushes me to wait until tomorrow unless I write right now. So I have to make the choice and the determination to write right now. This is one of the reasons that I so love the National Novel Writing Month, because I am challenged to write a specific number of words every single day. And because I'm challenged to write a specific number of words every single day, I set aside time to write those words every single day. And because I set aside time to write those words every single day, I get the words written and then some. When I was most successful with National Novel Writing Month, when I first won my National Novel Writing Month, I found online a template for keeping up with my word count throughout the year, to challenge myself to reach the same level of writing consistency in every day of the year that I reached during November. That first year, I wrote, several 100,000 words. But then I found the 10-Minute Novelist group, and they had a yearly challenge. It was the 365,000 words. That was their challenge. I was like, I can do this. I can do this. And so I was keeping up with the words every single day. I was writing every single day. I was writing right now. And because I wrote right now every single day, I wrote almost 1 million words. And that's just the words I kept up with. That's a lot of writing. But it wasn't a lot of blocked time. I still was homeschooling my kids. I was still feeding them because they require that. They make you feed them, especially because they're teenage boys. I was taking them to activities. I was attending church. I was out there and about and doing things. I was taking care of a sick dog. And I wrote almost 1 million words in a year. Actually, over 1 million. It can be done. You have it in you right now. You have a book in you, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're a mom or you're a life coach or you're a fellow journeyer. Whatever it is you're doing, you have a story to tell. Tell your story. Share. Somebody out there needs to hear what you have to say. And the only way that they're going to be able to hear it is when you take the time to tell it. You have to write it down right now. That's the challenge. We have to write. No matter where you are in your writing journey, you have the ability and the opportunity to reach whatever level of success you desire for your journey. You are a writer. You write every single day. Sometimes you write long things, sometimes you write short notes, but you're writing. As you journey to become a writer, as you decide to take this ability to put words together and craft it into a profession, I'm here to encourage you and support you. Come over to Successful Freelance Writer. It's www.successfulfreelancewriter.com and join me as I make my way through my own journey. I can't tell you how to do yours, but I can encourage you to find your way. I have tips, I have suggestions that have worked for me. I have tips and suggestions that have worked for others. And together we can craft a master plan that will help you reach your defined success with words. I offer coaching opportunities for getting your book out of you. You have a book in you. So if you need help getting that book out, I've got a free consultation. I'll help you in this journey. It's a 30-minute consultation. We can figure out how to get this word flowing so you can tell your story. But there's also so much opportunity to connect with other writers, to connect with writing opportunities, and to build a living wage on your words. The only thing holding you back right now from building your successful writing career is you. Everything that you need to be a success in your writing career dwells within you. You have an amazing voice. You have an amazing story. And most importantly, you have a unique point of view that nobody else could ever begin to touch. Let it flow. open the path to let the words out and become the writer that you are created to be. Let your story touch the hearts of others by exposing your own heart through your story. The more that we share with others and the more that we share together, the stronger we will be for this journey. Sharing with you right now motivates me to put words down, to write right now. And when I write right now, I'm one step closer to the success that I desire for my writing career. I look forward to connecting with you. Remember, successfulfreelancewriter.com. Come on over, say hello, and let's get to writing right for our journey. Successful Freelance Writer will be back next week, same time, same place, and be sure to check us out on Mondays, 9:30 a.m. as well. Be watching, that's Central Time because it's Central. Be watching for the Write Talk podcast, getting ready to launch. We'll be interviewing other authors, and we will be building our own journeys to become the writing successes that we desire. Remember, write on, and you will write the success that you desire.